our lives, Father. Oh, we sing your praise every day of our lives.
What's up, guys? Myself, Williams, aka TheSwolefessor, education on health and social well-being. Welcome to episode 1 of Get It Done, the prep series for 2025 Powerlifting America Nationals, where my goal is to come in and secure really two major goals. The first one being just to PR the total by any margin, because that will be 10 years of powerlifting and 10 years of PRing the total. And then the second is to slay 1,600 pounds on the platform, or technically 1,600 pounds plus, since I think the lowest we can get in the 1,600s is 1,603 with 727.5 kg. And you already know, man, there's always a reason why we name these series what we do, and the reason I'm calling this Get It Done is because you guys know I typically do 2 meets a year. My plan this time around, as I told you guys last video, is to just do this 1 meet and then focusing on a shift in my focus being more on hypertrophy just for the rest of 2025, so I can set myself up for an even bigger total in 2026, as well as kind of the shift of the channel in terms of just showing you more of that type of training and content while still keeping the powerlifting focus and informative content on Powerlifting Now. So, that's what I want to do, but in order to be able to do that, we got to get it done first at Nationals, because if I don't do that, I know how I am. I'm not going to be able to happily or comfortably move forward shifting my goals if I don't hit the 1,600-pound total first, since I know I'm capable of that currently, right? It's just putting the numbers together. So that's why this prep series is named that, and I think it's very appropriate. And we're already, quite literally, in a position where we have to just say, no matter what, get it done, because today's actually Friday. We'll be 6 weeks out from Nationals as of tomorrow, but My boy, Johnny Candido, is getting married tomorrow. And myself, his brother Joe, Ashton, and Sean were all groomsmen in the wedding. And even though the past 2 weddings I've been in, for both Michael and Christian, I just trained really early the day of, just due to everything we have to do before the wedding. I wouldn't really have time to come in and get productive training in, so we're just doing it today. Keeping in mind, my last session was less than 24 hours ago. I just benched yesterday and just squatted yesterday. But despite that, we came in and we got it done, at least as far as squats. I'm actually very happy with how squats felt. My legs still felt really good, really strong, and honestly pretty well recovered. The weight felt a little bit heavier on my back than what it probably would have had I come in tomorrow. But the fact that squats are moving that well on a week 2, a day early, with having squatted just the day before is huge. So I'm really happy with that. Sean's squats went great. Sean's actually already lined up for his primary work to be on Fridays going into nationals, since that's when we're going to be competing is on Friday. I'll line myself up a little bit closer to the meet. But his squat moved great. Easy 600-pound squat on week 2. And what he and I were talking about was, how we've really focused on refining his squat is not forcing anything. Like, he's taking his time, he gets in position, he braces, not even super aggressively, just a nice steady brace, and then he just lets himself glide into the hole. We're not speeding into the hole, we're not just dive bombing, it's like same control pace from the top to the bottom, hit the hole, and trust your legs to just drive you through. Not even trying to forcibly push out the hole, it's just, hey, once you hit that point of reversal, just trust your quads to push you through and just stick with it, and it's looking really, really good. And as for Ashton, the fact is, with the amount of volume we have him doing currently, which is the most work we've done in a while, it's one of these things where him having to come in a whole day early is actually like even more rough for him than me, but we still managed to come in and hit some good intensity for his triple, and we'll be able to recover well throughout the rest of this upcoming week for his week 3, so we can set him up for a big week 4. So far, so good. I know bench is probably going to feel the worst out of everything, just from, because I already benched 5 times a week, and from not getting that full day of rest and my range of motion, that's not going to feel amazing, but we're still going to get it done. I got to stop saying that. It's going to sound like I'm doing it intentionally. I'm not, but hey, it just means that the title's very appropriate, right, for the prep series. But anyway, yeah, squats felt really, really good. I'm really, really happy with that. Really just happy with my confidence, too. Like, I'm at this point where no matter what the weight feels like, I'm like, I know I can do this. Just rep it, just move it. Don't even worry about how it feels. So even with it being a day early, that was still my mentality. And it felt great. So we'll see how the rest of the workout goes. All right, guys, so bench press went really well, especially relative to week 2, last block. I hit like 341, I believe, for all 3 of my singles, and they were really rough. Compared to today, 347 for the first single felt good. 352 for the second and third single felt great. Once again, just the adjustments of pushing the intensity more on my Wednesday session, which you guys saw last video, and even having a little bit more pop from the 4x7 on that day versus 4x6 is doing wonders. And not to mention the fact that I'm also just regulating myself better. I have to remember the other days, pushing those to the appropriate intensity builds into this day. But on this day, if I push the intensity too much, like across my back down sets, it's only gonna nuke what I can do throughout the rest of the week to set me up for the following primary day. That's why I hit my first back down set with the high end of the range, the 130, to get progression over, last week, sure. But then I dropped down for the second and third back down set to the low end of the range to just regulate the intensity, keep the RP where it needs to be, doing enough to feel good throughout the rest of the week, but not more than needed, especially since most of the intensity I get from this day comes from the 3 singles anyway, and that's the thing I have to account for. It was different when I was only doing 1 single on this day. I could stick to the high end of the range for all 3 of my back downs to 5, but now that I have these 3 singles, I need to regulate it based on how I feel. If I have a day where I can do all 3 back down sets fine and it doesn't feel like it's too high in exertion, cool, but otherwise I need to scale that back. As for Ashton, you guys can see he's doing a lot better in terms of pec health. We're feeling really, really good. Once again, especially for it being a day early, his bench is moving very well. We're just pacing him across his 3 bench days right now, just getting that momentum back up. Lots of volume and managing the intensity. As for Sean, best deadlift special training in a while. We actually currently have Sean on 3 times a week sumo. I'm not going to give too many details on it right now because it's only this week 2 of doing this, and I want to give him more time to see how things are playing out. But so far, it's feeling really good for him. So really happy about that. But yeah, just got to knock out deadlifts and then we're done. All right, what's up, guys? I'm not gonna lie to you, I am very, very tired, but had to make sure I close the video out. Would have done so at the gym, but we're in a hurry. As soon as we got done working out, had to get to part 1 of the 2-part wedding rehearsal, then went to dinner, finally made it back to the Airbnb. With that being said, the workout went great. Like, I'm actually exceptionally happy with how everything went and how everything felt, because typically when I have to get my SBD day in a day early, even if things move okay, it feels awful. But in this case, things moved well, and they honestly felt pretty good across the board. The only thing that I have to say about my deadlift that I wasn't happy about was that on my top set, I did let my head kind of crank up. I'm still trying to get away from that habit. Like, at one point I was doing it very intentionally because it makes me feel like I'm keeping my back in a better position. It makes me feel like I break the floor a little bit faster, but I just now know that keeping my neck in a more relaxed neutral position just allows me to focus on staying in the quads, really having that strong push, and it leads to a much smoother lockout, which you guys saw me emphasize that more on my my back down sets. So with that being the case, it's just something I just got to emphasize that more, be really intentional with it, and then we shouldn't have any problems. But I'm super happy with how the session went. Then, you know, leg press and press downs were fine. I just did the same weight that I did for last week, obviously on different machines since I don't train at TSS usually, but I think everything was about where it needed to be. So yeah, it was honestly a really good session, really good day, really excited for the wedding tomorrow. But that's pretty much it for this video, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed episode 1 of Get Done. And I'm just looking forward to taking you guys through this prep series as far as just, you know, showing a little bit more outside of just the SBD day, right? Like next episode will probably show like, you know, day 2 and kind of just breaking that down and my approach to it and everything like that. But with that being said, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a comment down below, let me know what you did. If not, leave a comment down below, let me know what can be better. Like the video, share, subscribe. Keep it simple, specific, scientific. I'll catch you guys later.